Here to talk to you if you're in this situation and you don't qualify for a group. There are other rating options to help you get a discount. And one that I'd encourage you to look at is another one called group retrospective rating, which is a group. It's generally made for employers who don't qualify for a traditional group, but if they've had one bad claim like this, in this example, they'd likely qualify for that group retrospective program, which offers a rebate rather than an upfront discount. And the rebate's based on the overall injuries that the group has. So I can talk to you more about that if you're interested. But there are ways to get your discounts down if you don't qualify. You have that one claim like we're looking at here that may or may not have been preventable. All right? So with that, we'll go into our third case study. And we have about a half hour left. Let's say we're on time today, and we should be wrapping up around 11. We'll talk a little bit about ServSafe at 11, and we'll get through this last case study here. We want to transition to local Friday night pizza and wing bar. All right, so kind of looking at the different aspects, the different environments that we find in our industry. And what did we find in the third case study here? Background: the current owner always wanted to have his own pizza place. Sound familiar? Okay. Graduated from business school, went and learned a little bit about running a business. Worked in the restaurant industry his whole life. Experience at the local pub. Saved up enough money, bought himself a problem, right? So, different type of worker classification. If you have drivers, they actually have their own classification at their own hazard rate. A little bit more prone to auto accidents, robberies, so they actually have a little bit of a higher rate than maybe a traditional one. All right, some of the other ones we've seen in the past there. All right, so what were the perceived problems when we went out to see this employer? Operations, workers. The workers' compensation expense is over 1. Again, that's usually when our phone rings and why we're out visiting folks. Why is it over 1? Claims history of the business is littered with accidents. When you buy that new business, that existing business, you buy all the workers' compensation history. All right, so I'll tell you this. If you're looking to acquire something or bring on an existing business, there's no such thing as an asset-only purchase. Unless you're just literally buying the oven and moving it over. If you buy the building, the people, if you're making what they made, you just bought all the liabilities of that business, including the workers' comp history. So we can tell you what that looks like before you buy it. That's another service that a third-party administrator does. So you might want to look into that as you're going through your due diligence of buying an operation. What problems am I going to inherit? All right? The claims are going to come over. That's what happened in this case. The owner has little experience dealing with these types of things. His past experience is just in the kitchen. Purchased a package deal, main bar restaurant plus 2 carry-out locations. So he inherited the risk of those drivers. Day-to-day operations are kind of foreign to the owner. Recognition of the culture needs improvement. When we went out and visited him, yep, I bought this, I got to turn this boat around. Pushback from existing staff. Who's this new guy telling us what to do? Employees fear that the new ownership and management will change all aspects of the way the business is conducted. Well, their fear should be well founded because that's what's going to happen. So the types of incidents they have: driver incidents, and then a lot of cuts. Now, this reason we kind of threw this in here is because we've looked at a lot of these injury categories from a high level. Yeah, they have cuts. In this example, we showed you that you could even drill down further into that category. What type of cuts do they have? Cuts from picking up broken glass. All right? We've all worked in the industry, and I've broken a glass in the ice bin. Now what? All right? We're busy. We're not going to drain that bin. Well, there's glass and there's ice, and they kind of look the same. So